Trying to cover as much as we can of the Badgers sports world. Greg Gard's Badgers having Game 3 of their season-opening 4-game homestand, a Tuesday night win against Ball State. Homestand wraps up on Monday with SIU Edwardsville. Badger football team in Bloomington to take on the second-ranked Indiana Hoosiers. We'll look at some of the highlights. We'll have our sit-down with head coach Luke Fickell, and we'll also talk a little soccer. Let you in on a goalkeeper who's also on the Dean's list. All that coming up on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
Attacking zone, Kukkonen, long-range shot off the inside of the blocker of Eberle, who misplayed that one, but he was fortunate. Now Ejon, he tees it up and scores! Bruno Ejon, his first goal as a Badger. It's 4-2 Wisconsin. Puck out to center, Finley with speed, trying to track it down, right to Zilanoff. He digs out the goaltender and scores on a wicked backhander. Vasily Zilanoff, his first goal as a Badger. It's 5-3 Wisconsin. 10 seconds left on the power play. Tulk left wing, Morrissey shoots, he scores! Badgers win it in overtime. What a wild one here tonight at the Kohl Center.
It's the Big Ten hockey. It's pretty fine margins, so that's kind of why we preach not getting too high and not getting too low, because at the end of the day, it's a close game. Could have gone either way, so we'll take the 2 points for sure, but we know there's still a lot left on the table.
He'll throw to Janicki, left corner. Jack dribbles to the wing, gives it up to Garlock, inside feed, caught by Bielauskas, low in the lift, up and in. Nice feed inside from Garlock to Bielauskas. Throws to Winter, feeds Janicki, he's open, he'll try a three, right corner off the rim, no good. Rebound banged out to Janicki in the lane, slips it in Winter, slam dunk. Nice delivery, Janicki into Nolan Winter for the flush, and Winter has 11. Rapp puts it on the deck, whips it to Rhodey, tries a three right side, money. Andrew Rhodey with 10, yes sir.
Austin Rapp with the drive, then the vision to hit the guard.
Top of the circle. Janicki lobs it back to Jones. Feeds Blackwell, now to Janicki, down the lane, the layup is good, well done.
And that's what Jack brings, just the cutting aspect of his game.
It's real fun because, any given night somebody can go off. I mean, John 30, Nick 25, and Nolan's consistently 15 plus. I mean, and obviously you have the guys on the bench who can do it anytime too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the first couple games, you could date back to the exhibition games. I feel like we were just out of place, not really knowing where we needed to be, essentially. So as we keep playing more and more games, our placement is what's most important. And I think that's what's most important when it comes to defense, just being in the right spot at the right times.
They want to play for what's on the front of the jersey and play for each other. And I think that's where you find the enjoyment and the joy and how you play is how collectively, how good can we be collectively. And then when your team wins, the individual accolades and opportunities fall in your lap.
Set the standard, let's go.
Ricardo Holman from one end of the yard to the other. Touchdown, Wisconsin, as the Badgers are back in the fight. In stride, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. And a clean path to the quarterback, Christian Allegro. He's gone, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Trips to the right, Black the running back to the right of Fernando Mendoza, takes the snap, rolling right is Mendoza. Under pressure, down he goes, and there's Mason Posa. Oh, just exploding into the backfield. Posa with the sack. Smith takes, play fake, wants to throw, pops it up, wide open, Lance Mason at the 20, down the left sideline, 10, 5, touchdown, Wisconsin. They roll the dice and come up big. It's 7-6 Indiana late in the second quarter. Gain of 37 for Nowakowski. Ball at the Wisconsin 21. 1st and 10. Mendoza fakes the handoff to Hemby. Now under pressure from Peterson and help from Mason Riger. And down goes Fernando Mendoza outside the 25-yard line of Wisconsin.
Badgers are going into their final home game of the regular season coming up this Saturday when they take on the Illinois Fighting Illini. And it's like the old line, the days could seem long, but the years go fast, and that's certainly the case, it seems, every year when you start to talk to the seniors as a season is starting to come to a close here. And with that, we bring in Badgers head coach Luke Fickell. And Luke, this could be guys who've been here start to finish, like Daryl Peterson, Ben Barton, guys like that, or could be JVR Suggs, Mason Riger. Your young guys are obviously, that's really exciting to see what a lot of these guys are doing. But a lot of these older guys have been doing some pretty good things too, haven't they?
No, they have. And we remind them before we leave the hotel every Saturday before games about, hey, we're only as good as these guys that are our seniors. And I don't mean just the ones that have been here for the whole time, but they are still and will always be the example of what it is that we do every day. And regardless if the young guys are starting to emerge and have some different energy to them, you know, without those guys, I mean, we can't do a whole lot. And so excited for those guys, proud of those guys, you know, not even if it hasn't gone exactly the way they have loved it and wanted it to, but they are why we're still able to get better.
I would think those young guys that you have, and a lot of very talented young guys, could look up to a DP, a Daryl Peterson, a Ben Barton, Mason Riger. He's here 1 year, but man, is he making the most out of it.
And that was kind of the message in fall camp, was to allow those guys to get up there and just kind of tell their stories, you know, and so guys not only got a respect for them, but they also understand that, like, whatever it is that they're going through, whether it's a rough season, whether the record doesn't look great, whether they're not playing, like, they hear from these guys and they hear about, you know, the journeys that they've had to go through. This is still a game of college football. It's still 18 to 22-year-olds. There still is developmental piece, and nobody's journey goes the way they envision it.
Always remember talking with Mason Riger early in the season, might have been toward the end of fall camp, going back to the injury that he dealt with at Louisville, which he first thought was not going to be a long-term thing, and it obviously turned out to be very much that. Anytime guys get hurt, then they come back, there's a certain eagerness there, and with Mason Riger, it's like he was shot out of a cannon. Once his body said, okay, you're good to go, let it rip.
I think he's, you know, kind of that example to a lot of people, right? I mean, and for us in particular, like, you know, it's a cliche at times that sometimes your biggest setbacks are what make you who you are, and he is that. And And I don't know the whole story. I mean, I know the history, a little bit of the injuries and things like that, but you don't really know what all he went through, where his mind was, how close he was to not playing the game and listening to people to tell him that the game should be done and you shouldn't play. But I know this, that he is an incredibly motivated guy. He does everything he possibly can for this team every day, and for sure on Saturdays. And I know that our guys, our younger guys, our older guys, everybody respects that, but they also have learned a lot from it.
And then the offensive side, veteran players like a Riley Mahlman moving from one side of the O-line to the other. Vinny Anthony, who just every day he's out there giving you all, right? And they've been Badgers start to finish, and it could come in various ways, but you never have to worry about their effort, do you?
No, it's not even it's the attitude, too. Yeah. I think that's probably the thing as a coach that one of those other things I'm really, really proud of, We talk about effort all the time, but it's really about the attitude, and the attitude Monday or Sunday through Friday. That's where it's more difficult for a lot of guys to be able to control, and those guys in particular have done a phenomenal job. VA as much as anybody. I mean, in the situation we've gone through with where the quarterback situation has been and what it is even continue to move forward, it takes a lot for those guys. It's never a question of their effort. It's never been a question of their attitude.
Yeah, those are some of the guys. Obviously, all the seniors will be recognized before the game coming up this Saturday. And, the crowd, which you mentioned, it helped in the game against Washington. And a thank you probably to it. Well, not probably. A thank you definitely to the fans who have been here throughout the course of the season. And they get a chance to help these guys close out the home schedule. Right?
It was. And that's that's our job. Our job is to make it the competitive situation, to make the crowd a factor in what we were able to do, and our guys did a good job of that, but the crowd did every bit as good a job, the students, everybody, to give us an opportunity to have a little bit of an advantage, and we needed it.
Yep, it was a fun atmosphere, that last home game, the snow falling. We've seen that from time to time in the month of November, as you all know, at Madison, and who knows what we'll have for weather coming up this Saturday as the Badgers take on Illinois. More to come as we continue with this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Your animals depend on you every day. So we build equipment you can depend on every day. Equipment that powers through mud, dust, and extreme weather. So cutting hay, feeding livestock, and managing land is easier. Loaded with intuitive, innovative features and tech, Case IH equipment isn't just built to work. It's built to work for livestock producers. Case IH, built by farmers.
Always like to introduce you to some of the newer Badgers, but for those living in Wisconsin, you may know him already. Cooper Catalano was a star at Germantown, had about 1 million tackles in his high school career, state record 583 tackles in his prep career, and he joins us now. Cooper, we'll get to the high school stuff in a minute, but you're getting a pretty good early taste of college football as well. Take us through it. What was the first time you stepped on the field in a game like, and how do you think things have gone for you here so far?
Yeah, first time I stepped on the field was that first game, the opening kickoff against Miami, Ohio. Definitely some nerves running out there. Super excited being able to get out there for the first play of the game. Probably the coolest feeling of my life up to that point, so that was an awesome experience. And yeah, ever since that moment, just trying to get a little bit more comfortable every time you get out there. So it's been nice. It's been really cool.
You live in the dream?
I
imagine you followed this program pretty closely growing up?
Absolutely, yeah. It's always been a dream of mine to play at Camp Randall for these fans, for this state. So, yeah, absolutely living the dream.
I noticed in your bio your favorite Badger is Leo Chanel. That's a pretty good favorite. Tell us about what you like about him.
Yeah, so when I was in high school, I remember watching the Chanel and 5 highlights. It was like his draft combine profile and just highlights on YouTube. I remember sitting in study hall watching that a few times, so that was always super cool.
That's a pretty good guy to emulate. I think he is all football all the time. You were impossible not to notice in training camp. I mean, you're flying around, you're making plays. As you learn the ropes, I guess, of college football, was there a week or a series of practices where you thought, yeah, I can get on the field right now as a true freshman?
I don't know if it was a week. I think it's just coming to work every day, just trying to get a little bit better. Like I've said in the past, I've had a really good room. A lot of guys helped me to get to where I am today. We're all kind of in this together, so it's just good to have a good room around you, a lot of great mentors on the defensive side of the ball, and like I mentioned before, just a great room and great coaching staff.
Yeah, some good veteran guys, Christian Allegro, Tackett, Curtis. I imagine you pick their brains whenever you can. Right?
Oh, yeah, I try to always.
It's fun to watch, and I've talked with Coach Fickell about this, because obviously you have veteran guys that are very important. That never changes. But a lot of you young guys, you, Mason Posa in the linebacking core, it could be Emilio Agard, redshirt freshman, but you and Posa, that's a pretty good little combo too, don't you think?
Yeah, it's super cool. Me and Mace, we've been talking for a long time now. I met him on his official visit. Back in the summer of 25. So it's been a long time. We've known each other, getting to know him a little bit in the recruiting, and then obviously living with him, getting to know him a lot better. And just helping each other out like throughout the process, rooming with each other in spring ball, fall camp. Just having somebody with you in the linebacker room going through the same thing you're going through, it helps a lot.
Kind of exciting, all you young guys, either true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. You guys got a pretty good baseline of talent here to build from moving forward, don't you?
Yeah, it's super cool. We're all rooting for each other, and whenever we're on the field together, it's a really cool experience.
Got to ask you about the high school days. I know you get asked about it a lot. You should, when you have 583 tackles. Your football instincts, is that, obviously I'm sure you were well coached, but does this come naturally, just knowing where the ball, all the football IQ, from what I understand, it's pretty high with you?
I think it's always just been great coaches. Coach Pfeiffer, Coach Bransky at Germantown, they've been around the game for longer than I've been alive, so they taught me really well. And a lot of that defense was just read and react. So I think just being freed up by a good defensive line as well always. I think that helped me out a lot.
We always talk about with records, it's rushing yards, passing yards, the tackle stats. Was there a countdown? You're focused on winning the game, but did you have the voices going, hey, 20 more, 10 more? Was you getting some of that?
Yeah, my senior year, there was our Germantown football Twitter page had a little countdown going on. So after the win on Friday, I'd always check Twitter to see where I'm at, and it was cool to keep track of that while that was a thing.
One of the things, high school football in this state, it seems like it's on a pretty good uptick. Tell us about that. You've lived that life. You and many others in this state, high school football, imagine getting a fair amount of recruiting traffic the last few years. Tell us about the high school football here in Wisconsin.
I think the high school football is great because we've all had such a great example in state. The Badgers, just consistently great program. I think a lot of people look up to this program and just strive to be great and strive to have a chance to play in this program one day.
I want to go back to the first question and make it the last one. The first time you came down the tunnel, opening night against Miami, what was going through your mind?
To be honest, I was just trying not to trip running out of the tunnel. I had a lot of guys really close to me, and I just didn't want to be the guy to fall down the tunnel, so I'm glad I made it out there and ran out all good.
I'm assuming you have a pretty good fan section?
I did, yeah. Being close to home, it's really cool to see the family at all the games, so super thankful for that.
All right, Badgers are thankful you're here. He's Cooper Catalano, freshman linebacker. You're going to see a lot of him here in the coming years. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment. It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Dyslexia is something that's really challenging because it takes me longer, for example, to read. Read a book for me would be like extremely long.
I think the best way to explain it is if you were trying to read
and the letters kept kind of moving around while you were reading it. If any of us were to sit down and try to read a book and the letters were moving around on the page, that would be extremely frustrating and difficult.
Sometimes I need to read it like 2-3 times to make sure I fully understand the text or the content of the text. Just a lot of work, extra work that maybe people with no dyslexia don't have to do.
Yeah, I mean, some people were just born with a mindset that they're going to go above and beyond and do more than is necessarily asked or even required of them, and Matisse kind of sums that up perfectly.
Not only is Matisse doing what all of his classmates are doing, but on top of that, he's juggling the demands of being a D1 athlete. He's also learning in a second language. And on top of that, he's taking in information and using strategies that maybe don't come naturally to him.
He's going to get coaching from us, from professors, from tutors. If you want to be the best version of yourself, here's an area where you need to improve.
I got an email. Congratulations, you're in the D's list, and all the percentage of people that are not there and people that are there. A proud moment. As soon as I saw that, I showed it to my coaches, to my parents, to my girlfriend, and I was really proud. I was really proud of them.
I kind of had to do a double take on the email initially, you know, because I was like, wait, like Dean's List is hard to make. Matisse, yeah, I know he's working really hard, and so to make the Dean's List is an incredible achievement for anybody, let alone a student athlete. Now the bar's being set, so we expect him to be there every semester.
All starting to mount up here against Western Michigan. Knock back, put back, that goes in for Connolly. Erin Connolly scores again, a 2-1 Badger lead. She records the brace. After Abby Smothers gave the Broncos the first half lead. Bohr, that goes in. Addie Bohr adds another for Wisconsin. She has now scored in 3 consecutive matches.
Sims taking it right back in, though. Here is Kirsten Sims. Toe drag shot. Yeah! She scores! Kirsten Sims, bar down. Oh. And it is point number 200 in Kirsten Sims' Badger career. Lainey Potter.
No, is she? I thought she
born
was
in L.A.
Oh, okay. Pennsylvania is where she resides.
Here comes Potter to win the game, and she does.
Wins it.
Lainey Potter, let's go home. Badgers pick up the extra point in the shootout.
Wisconsin ball, a minute gone by, second quarter. Front court push to Daniels. She'll try a high arcing three, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net for KD. Corner, Kirsten on a drive. Stop, jump pass to the left. Extra to Daniels, now to Howell on top. Quick three, good. Rattles in for Destiny Howell. Drive top of the key, throws left wing, three, steal, big buckets from Lacey Steele. 24-23 in the third. Here's Hernandez, right hand over at Simon, line drive pass. A bump set, a high one, it's tight. It's pushed by Collier, it's picked up by the Illini. Now a bump set over to the left side, taking off Aguayo. And it is going to be a block by Wisconsin as it got pushed back off Illinois. And Wisconsin wins in a sweep in Champaign. The Badgers have reached 20 wins this season. 20-4 overall. It's their 13th Big Ten win of the year. Wisconsin a winner in 3.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
It's the home finale coming up this Saturday for the Badgers at Camp Randall Stadium as they take on Brett Bielema and the Illinois Fighting Illini. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Every farmer wants to up their uptime, so we purposefully designed our tractors and implements to keep you in the field. Tailored for your operation, Case IH tractors are intuitive to use, easy to maintain, packed with the latest tech, and backed by dealer support you can trust. Because Case IH equipment isn't just built to work, it's built to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment. It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.